So today we're going to discuss about RBAC, okay, and okay, so roles, then privileges, so privileges, then users, and so any one real example. Okay, so these are we going to discuss today. So what is RBAC? So what is RBAC? So RBAC nothing but role based access control. So role based access control. So uh, I'm working on one project. Okay. Okay. So I have one table. Okay. So like employee table. I have employee table. So in that I have so different columns. Okay. So like what is salary column I have. Okay. Salary. So and reports column I have, and other details like employee. Okay, so employee ID. Okay, okay, employee name. Okay. So regarding like employee details, so department. Okay, employee department. These columns are having in the one table. So table is employee. So in that I have salary column and reports and employee ID, employee name, and employee department. So not only this column, so we have many columns. So in that, we need to know about salary details in real time. So when we attend an interview in the final round, we're going to discuss with the HR. Okay, HR salary details. So from that employee table, only HR need to see the salary. Only HR. No need to see the other numbers like, okay. So manager. Okay, there are different users, right? Or different roles we have. Okay, there are different persons we have in the team. But only from that employee table, only HR need to see salary details. Only HR. Only HR need to salary details. Okay. Then reports. So in every team we have one manager, right? Okay. So after completing the work, so what is the output? So which are the manager need to see reports. Okay. So only manager need to see the reports. So not other candidates, only manager. So regarding what they have achieved as per business logic. And so this one, employee ID, employee name, employee department, this one, okay. So that employee can see the details. Employee can see the these details. Employee can see the these details. Okay. So usually what is happening here? Okay. So I have only employee table. In that HR need to see the salary details. Okay. When HR seeing detail, he can't see other details like reports and things. Only you can see only salary. And manager you can see only reports. And employee you can see the his details, employee ID, employee name, and he belong to which department, like that. Okay. So for that we use role based access control. Okay. So we need to give the access to the on the roles, based on the roles, not direct to the users. Directly we won't give the access to the users. Okay. So based on role. Okay. We need to create the roles. Okay, so directly instead of giving permission to each user, first we create roles, then we give permission to roles, then we will assign to users. So first what we do, so directly we want to give 1 second. So there are, I am going to office, okay, I'm working on a project, so directly I don't have any access. Okay, so directly, so users are there. Okay, users, so directly we don't give, okay, so any role to these users. Okay, so directly we won't give permissions, we won't give we won't give permissions, okay, to the users directly. So in between, what first we need to create the roles. Okay, so create roles. So after that, creating roles, so we give permission, some permissions, so some permissions, so we give to the that roles. So then after, so we will assign, okay, assign, okay, these roles to users. Okay, here, so there are multiple persons are working, multiple users are working. Okay, so directly we want to give you directly database and schema and table. First what we need to, before that, so we need to create the roles. So role is nothing but it's like a work, some work. So for this work we need to give some permissions, some permissions we need to give to the this work or this role. So after we are assigning, okay, suppose simply uh, we have a team, right? Okay, uh, you do this work, okay, you go and bring something and if you cook like that. So we need to give the some permissions, so we need to create the rules in that role. So we need to give the permissions, what that role can do. So after giving the permissions, then we will assign this role to the users. Okay, there will multiple users are there, we will assign to the users. Okay, so why? Because of like for this, for security, for scalability, for securing the data. So we need to create the roles, then we need to give the some permissions to the roles, then after that we need to assign roles to the users. This is usually one process. So RBAC, role based access control. Then so so what is role? Role is a collection of permissions. Like we'll give example roles, like we have admin role, then we have manager role, okay, then we have analyst role. Okay, analyst role we have admin role, manager role, so analyst role. So we have this. So what can these persons can do? Admin role, manager role, analyst role. So what these persons can do, so those are privileges. So those are privileges. So what are the privileges actions? So privileges are nothing but like selecting, this is one privilege. So insert, then update, then delete. So select, delete, so usage, then all. So these are privileges. Select, you can select the table, okay, and the you can insert the data and you can update the data, even you can delete the data, and you can use the data. Then all means they can do everything, select, insert, update, delete. So usage, okay, so these are the privileges. So how you give, suppose so these are how we give. So we have commands, right? Grant and revoking SQL. Grant and revoke, we have some commands. So grant is nothing but giving the permissions Okay, and then revoke after work is completed by the user, then we revoke the permissions, or we can call grant is giving the privileges after completing the work. So we need to take back the privileges. This is, so these are privileges. How to give? Get another come like grant, select. This is a syntax. Okay, grant or select on table. So employee. So employee. So to role and list role. It means this analyst can select the data from the employee table. Okay, so this is how we give. So, but analyst he can't modify the data, but analyst can only read the data. He can use select. He can select the table. So what are the columns in the table, and you can see the only data. He can read the only data, but he can't insert and he can't update and delete and he can't use it. Okay, so only using select. Okay, even he can't do all, only he can select the data and he can see the data. So this is grant select on table. Okay, employee to role and list role. This is okay. Then so next, so one, okay, suppose next we have like data and list. Okay, okay, and so BI tool users also there, right? Okay, the BI tool users are also in our team. Okay, they're also there. So they also directly they won't select. Okay, they could only roles. Okay, so this is the process. Okay? User, okay, then role, then privileges, privileges, then objects. So objects are tables data. Okay, database. So these are objects. Okay, remember. So users get a role. Role has a permissions. Permissions apply to the tables. So schemas and tables. So one second is that. Okay. Users get a role. Okay. Then role has some permissions, and the permissions apply to the on the tables like schemas, database like that. Okay. So here we see we have three, right? Admin, okay, and manager, then analyst. We have three. So here, see, so admin role, you can see everything. Okay, so admin role can see everything, okay. And can modify. You can modify even modify the data. So modify the data. Okay, so how you give for this one? Go grant, grant all on database. So some demo DB. Okay, to role, admin admin role. Then we have manager role, right? Manager. So that is this can we have admin role, admin. Then manager role. So what? How we will give? So you can see only like only some data, like only sensitive data one can see. It's sensitive data only you can see. Like how we give, then we using again grant. Okay, select on table, select on table. So employee to role manager. So manager. This is we are giving the grant. So you see, we given for admin grant. Okay, it means you can okay see the data and you can modify the data. So but for manager we giving only select. Okay, select on a table employee to role to manager role. It means you can see the only data. You can't modify the data. Okay, so this is for manager. So we have a list, all right. Uh, So we have one sensitive data. You can read the data. So you can read the data. Okay. Then and we have sensitive data, right? So sensitive data only the manager can see. But here, what is happening? What we are doing? So we are masking the data. So we are masking the data. So here it will suppose there is SSN number. So SSN number. So we have this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is actual number, but this enriched row can see like this one. We can't see every data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and like this you can see. So this you can see like this one. Okay. So it means you can't see the sensitive data. It will be hide by the like masking. You can see only partially. Okay. So you can't see completely sensitive data. So you can see only partially. Who is that enlist? Okay. Okay, manager, you can see completely sensitive data. Suppose there is like enlist, you can see like partial data. Or sometimes manager can see only complete, uh, completely like this only 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 digits are like masking data. So, but sometimes enlist you can't see entire data. So everything you can see like this one, completely masked data. Sometimes manager you can see okay, utility or like that. Sometimes enlist also you can see okay, this data okay, or completely masked data. So depend on the scenario as per the depend on the roles who need to see the those data they can see. Okay, so when like if 100 users are joined in our team, so we don't want to manage permission to so 100 times. We just assign them to them a role. So I create one role, I can give same role to multiple users. Okay, suppose there is one user. So user one working on database. Okay, so health details like health database. So inside he is working on so patient table. So user two health DB, this one. So user two. So what are you doing? So same you need to work on health DB. Okay, health DB. Then he is working on a different okay like so something like can call instance table. So instance table. So he is working. Okay. So for that, first we create one role like okay. So they can use the data like LTTP. We create one role. So after creating that role, so that role we will assign to user one and user two. Okay. So every time we don't need to create the individual roles. So when we have a number of users, right? Okay. So there are if there are even 100 users are there, so we can create so one role and we can assign to that role to the users. Okay. So this is how they in real time they will manage this one. Okay. So so usually how the like masking will be done. So that we like RBAC role based access control. Okay, using we have data masking policy, right? Data masking. So data masking policy, one concept we have data masking policy. So how we going to hide the sensitive data? So here we already done, right? So this admin, okay, you can see the everything manager. You can see the only sensitive data, okay, and enlist you can see like master data. So how we need to set for this for admin manager enlist for that. So we need to use the so data masking policy. Okay, data masking policy means so like okay. So if there is a table, we need to we can't share every data to with every person or every user or every role. Can't share every data to the every user. So for that we need to create the data masking policy. How we create? Okay. So first I will write the syntax here. Okay. So there will have been. So we have SSL column in a table, SSN column. Okay. So you can see the SSN fully complete number. You can see. SSN you can see complete 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then manager. So manager. So like you can see partially SSN. Partially means or you can see partial SSN like suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see like this. So this is complete SSL 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one can see the full SSL. Then manager partial SSL 1, 2, 3. Okay, and masked 4 digits. So this you can see. Okay. Then next who is there? Like enlist. So enlist. So he going to see like only the so some completely masked data. Completely masked data, like completely masked data. So it means like you can see only like this. So can't see the even first digits of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So enlist can see like this is the data. Okay. So admin you can see the full SSN, and the manager can see the partially, and enlist. Okay, you can see completely. So masked data. For this, how we going to create a masking policy? So first we going to use the case statement. Okay, create a data masking policy name. So we give something. So I will add a case. Okay, case. We going to use the case statement, and we will run using the case. Okay, so case when role. Okay, so like me, don't like admin. So we give then full data. Okay, full data. Okay, when role equal to, so manager, then partial. So then else, even any other role, so it's going to be mask. Then end. So this way we need to create the mask. Not with completely syntax, we do practically. So in between masking policy syntax, we're going to use the this case statement. Case when role admin, then full data. Okay, when role manager, then partial. Okay, then else masked. If any other users are there, so they're going to see completely masked data. Okay, like RBAC control, who can access what, and masking policy control what data they can see, even if they have the access. Okay, so even we have the access in the table, so who can access the data, like who can access the what they can access. Okay, and what are the masking policy control. Okay, so they can need to see only those data. Okay, so here we have like healthcare projects, like salary and SSN number. Okay, so those are security, right? Okay, very important information. Okay, in US we have people have SSN number. Basically, they don't share their SSN with the others. Okay, because of that is social security number. Okay, so these are the like how we mask. Okay, we do practically. No worries. Okay, then we have some system defined roles, right? In Snowflake, or you can see when you open the Snowflake account. Okay, in your new worksheet. So these are okay. See, this role. So these are account admin, organization admin, public admin, security admin, Snowflake learning role. Okay, system admin, user admin. By default, these are system defined, okay, roles in the Snowflake. Okay, we have system defined roles in the Snowflake. Okay, so no worries. Okay, when they ask interview, we need to go with, okay, these are system. So what are the roles in Snowflake? Okay, question is different. Okay, what are the roles in Snowflake? So what are system defined roles in Snowflake? Okay, so what are the system defined roles in Snowflake is like system like built-in roles. Okay, so these roles, okay, account admin or public security admin, okay, system user admin, these are like completely about uh, system defined, right? Roles, Snowflake. So what are the we have? Okay, see, like so administration, okay, so administration and security and user management. For the we're going to use these roles, okay, system level roles is Snowflake. So these roles for what purpose? Administration the Snowflake account. So security the Snowflake account, okay, secure the Snowflake account, and they're going to manage the so user management, okay, users management. So these roles we can't delete. Okay? So these roles we can't delete. Even point we can't delete these roles. We cannot delete these system defined. Okay. So they come with like a predefined privileges. Okay. Also these also having the so predefined defined privileges. Okay. See, we have first account admin, right? Account admin. So this is our highest role in the Snowflake. What is the highest role? Account admin is the highest role in the Snowflake. So highest role, the Snowflake. So you need to have knowledge on this one, okay? So this will usually we need to have knowledge of this, okay? So usually these done with the main account admin only, but we need to have the okay, even admin side also we need to have the knowledge, okay? So this is the highest role in the Snowflake, and we have like privileges include. So we have different other other roles. So we have security, okay, security admin, okay, and system admin, okay, system admin we have, okay. So these account admin also, okay. So even he can act, he can have the he can do what are the security admin can do and what are the system admin can do. So these also this we can account admin can do. So what are these both are doing? So same thing you can also do. So because of so this is the highest role in the Snowflake. Okay. So account admin he can do everything completely Snowflake account. Even security admin and system admin roles. Okay. Include all privileges of security admin and system admin. Okay. So system admin. These are okay, usually come what he will do account admin. So like this regarding like okay, so what secret still you can do. So account level configuration, okay, fine. Suppose we are using the warehouse and we are running the queries. So we have warehouse cost, and when we run the query cost, query compute cost, okay, and we need to billing when the data is in. So what is per TB, 1 TB. So for 1 TB, usually it will be $23. Okay. So we're going to take a billing. Okay. And network policies. So when we are connecting with any other thing, we're going to take away the network policies. Completely going to take away the network policies. Then the data sharing. So data sharing also account admin. So account level configuration and billing. So network policies and data sharing. Okay. So this is like we need to use the very carefully. So not for the daily work. So when we are getting the project, we ask for that going to configure the okay this Snowflake account, and we need to check the billing. What is the billing for that? So how much you need to pay for everything, and what are the network policies, okay, and data share, how we need to share the data. Okay? So these are done by the account admin. These are very, we need to use very carefully because of, so depend on the cost, right? Like that. So next, security admin. What can do security admin? So you can like manage the like roles. It manage so manage the users, okay, users and roles. We have users and roles, right? So we're going to manage, okay. So we're going to create the create users and create roles. We'll create the roles, and he will use the grant, okay, and revoke, granted, so revoke. So these are SQL statement, okay. uh, we have DCL, data control language. We have different commands in SQL, right? Okay. So that we have grant and revoke. Okay. So we need to manage the this security admin point to, so create the users and roles, and they're going to give the, so grant and data. Okay. But he cannot manage this. Okay. So he cannot manage like warehouses, okay, or databases. You only to you creating the users roles and granary. Okay, can't manage warehouses and database. That will be that will be done by the account admin, not the security admin. Security admin going to create the users, so roles and granted, so revoke. So next we have system admin, right? System admin. So what this is admin going to do? Okay, here like manage the like databases. Okay, manage like data and objects. So we can create the data. Okay, we can create the data. Okay, then we can create the schemas and create tables, okay, and views and stages. So you can create. So this will done by the this manage the API. Okay. So developers, okay, these are like we can call it like, so they will develop the data. So they are used by the data engineers like developers. Okay. So this system it can do manage data objects. So create database, create schemas. Okay. So when you create the schemas, then tables, views, and stage it will done with the system. Okay. So this account admin he can create this account admin. He can do everything. What these are doing security admin. He can also account admin can create the users, roles, and grant and revoke. Even account admin create the database schemas, tables, and views and stages. So these are system admin. Then we have like user admin, right? So user admin. So he's only for like management. Okay. User admin will like what he will do manage create again, you can also create the users and alter the users and reset the passwords. Okay, these we can do. He can do user advocate with the create users, alter users, okay, and then reset the passwords. Okay, then but cannot grant, he cannot grant the privileges, he cannot grant the, so privileges to the on the objects. So privilege, we cannot privileges on objects means select, update, delete, insert, select, insert, update, delete, usage, or you cannot grant, and it means you can't give the permissions to the everyone. You can create the users and you can alter the users and you can reset the passwords, but you cannot give the privilege to the objects on the objects. Okay, this is all user admin. So then we have like public, right? Public. So this is for developer. So this is one account admin. Okay. then security admin, then go with, so this, remember the hierarchy, okay. Then fourth one, user admin, okay. So then we have, so public, so this is like default rule assigned to every user, okay. So have only limited permissions, okay. So default role assigned to the every users, okay. So default role, so this is like limited permissions, limited permissions. Then only like shared access only. So what he can share the data, so what he can do the work, only shared access only. This is public, fifth one, okay. Uh, Simple account admin can have the full account control, and security admin manages users and roles. System admin manage the data objects. So user admin create the manage the users. So public admin like having only some minimal permissions only. Okay. So these are system defined roles. Okay, system defined roles. So there is only one need. So rejoin with the same link. Everyone rejoin with the same link, okay.